full moon at high tide on the cusp of summer. In an annual ancient ritual, horseshoe crabs, living fossils, emerge from the dark waters of the Delaware Bay to spawn. Their eggs fuel the yearly migration of millions of shorebirds, and the blood of these primitive creatures supplies a vital ingredient for the biomedical industry. But the loss of spawning habitat from beach erosion is contributing to an alarming decline in the Delaware Bay horseshoe crab population. And in turn, the number of eggs available to feed migratory birds. Coastal states like Delaware engage in beach reclamation projects to buffer shorelines diminished by stronger and more frequent storm events. Superstorms like Sandy raise the stakes to a new and critical level, sparking intense conversation about the effects of climate change and solutions for reducing the world's carbon footprint, while the immediate focus remains on adaptation for minimizing loss of life and property from encroaching waters.
It's been said that the coastline is probably the most dynamic region on Earth because we've got the ocean, the land, and the atmosphere all coming together. So today we've got some pretty big storm waves and a high tide, so wave by wave it's chipping away at the coastline. The bluffs are retreating, sometimes as fast as 6 or 8 feet per year, sometimes inches per year, and it's actually quite stable here. So waves, high tides, we've got the occasional tsunami, the occasional hurricane, but the entire coastline is moving inland over time. And if we went back to the end of the last ice age, just a glimpse in geological time, the coastline here was 10 miles further offshore. So it's been moving back as sea level has gradually risen along with all that ice melting and raising the level of the ocean. The East Coast is very low relief. It's much, much older. So geologically, sort of had its origin 200 million years ago when the East Coast pulled away from Europe. So it's been worn down, it's been eroded. We get low relief, very low elevations, lots of sand dunes, barrier islands. It's really a depositional coastline.
In the United States alone, 125 million people live in coastal counties. Along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, barrier islands, beaches, and dunes are sculpted by the constant push-pull of wind and tide. It is a dynamic process, now accelerated by increasingly powerful storms and sea level rise. Fragile in appearance, these sandy ribbons of land and the wetlands they often protect are the first and best lines of defense for the people and property lining these coasts. In the last 100 years, human activities have released large amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the Earth's atmosphere. The majority of these gases come from burning fossil fuels to produce energy, a practice compounded by ongoing deforestation. As the planet grapples with fallout from warming oceans and rising seas, coastal communities immediately in harm's way seek adaptive solutions for surviving new high-energy storms and protecting increasingly defenseless shoreline environments.